John from the Bible. Okay, those verses, every time I read those verses, I get different explanation, different revelations. All right. So now, the Bible stated that from the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And then I was thinking about it, right? So in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. So we get to understand, like, so if the Word was God and the Word was with God, so that means the power of our words is very significant. That means the way that we should speak, the way that we should express ourselves, we should be very cautious about it. We should be very very noting about, our words. We should be very cautious. Okay, I was trying to find another word, that has a deeper meaning, but we should be very cautious about the way we speak. So now let's keep on going, right? So now, if from the beginning was the Word and the Word was with God, so that explains how God created the world. That explains how the Most High God created everything, made everything come to life. And the Most High God also speak the world into existence. All right. So now, to all my believers, to all my, my Bible readers, okay, to all the people who have faith in the Most High God, who have faith in the Word, okay. So a lot of what I found out is that a lot of Christian, a lot of believers, a lot of religious leaders, a lot of people, they take the Bible literally, okay. A lot of things from the Bible should not be taken literally, okay. Not at all. And what I feel like, and what I see when I'm reading those verses is like, if God can speak the world into existence just by the word, just by words, all right, that means the words are powerful. Our words are powerful. And if we are looking at the way that we express ourselves, all right, the way that we speak to one another, and the way that we speak upon ourselves as well, has a lot to do with our success, has a lot to do with our creations. So here's how I see those verses. It's like our words has power to create, and also they have power to destroy. Okay, and also, and the words were like the light of man, and basically it's like the words are our light. It's like our words are what's making us go day by day. The words that we say and the way we apply our words have a lot to do with the way that we are perceiving life, have a lot to do with the way that we see ourselves, have a lot to do with the way that we see God. Okay, so now, speaking about the words, right? So let me give you something to think about. Right? Think about this. What comes first? Because every time we are thinking, every time we are about to do something, every time we are about to act on something or behave certain ways, what do you think of first? Do you think of the word first or the picture first? Because us human, we think in pictures and we think in words. Okay, so which one's first? Let me know in the comment section. Which one's first? Like, do you see the picture first, or you see the word first, then you create the picture? Do you see the picture, then you create the word? That's for you. So now, divine kings and queens, to all my mighty believers. Okay, so the Bible is telling us, God is telling us that our words, just like as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. To me, as a man speaketh from his mouth, so he's becoming. Okay, so the words that we are saying, we are preaching, we are revealing to others, we are expressing, okay, is what's making us who we are, is what's shaping our reality. If the word has the power to create life, has the power to create the universe, have the power to create all those mighty, miraculous events, miraculous creations, all right? So that means that our words should be taken way more serious, okay? So, and think about this, okay? Think about this. Now, a lot of people, we are living, okay? A lot of people, I'm not saying people, but preachers, evangelists, and whoever's preaching the gospel, okay? In order for us to preach the gospel, okay, we must have the right words, okay? The words, since the word was, came from the beginning of time, since God, it was with God. The word is God, okay? The word was with God, and the word is God, okay? So, let me tell you this. Tell me one thing that you're doing in this life, you don't need words. Anything you're doing in this life, you need words, okay? Whatever you want to start a business, you want to do something, you want to go to the store, whatever it is. Anything that you're doing in this life, you got to word it out. You might not express it verbally, but you think it. Or you probably walk around, but in your mind be like, oh, I got to go to the store. Nobody might not hear you saying it, but you tell yourself that you have to go to the store. So the words are shaping our reality. The words are creations. So this is why I believe God is communication. God is words. God is expression. Okay. So this is why, in order for any type of business to be successful, anybody to be successful, anything in this world to be successful, there has to be some type of expression, some type of communication. And that communication has to do with words. It has to do with the word. It has to do with the gospel. It has to do with because how could we understand all those things? How could we understand words if we do not understand where, who, and what God is? Because the words are creation. The words are creation. So now I'm thinking, right? And I'm like, okay, so if God created the words, okay, so now in order for us to create as well, we have to express ourselves. We have to express ourselves. Just like the words that we are speaking. And then it comes down to the power of our words, the power of our expression, the power of our communication. And anything we can build, anything that we want with words, I can go deeper with that, but I just want to let you know that, hey, the book of John, I suggest that every believer to read it. Because, I believe, all those billions of people, if we read those scriptures, we will all find our own revelations and our own meaning and our own significance in every word. Because the words are life. And every word that we speak, every word that come out of our mouths is creations. Either you want to accept it or not, it is creation. And when you go to school, when you're studying, you have a job, you want to have fun, you have to express yourself, you have to speak. You're interacting with people, you have to speak. So God is expression, God is communication. So now, when we get away from the word, when we get away from God, that means that we are wrongfully expressing ourselves. That means that we are not using the right words. We are not using the right communications. All right? Just like someone can be speaking, but they're not talking. Someone can be expressing themselves, but they're not communicating. Okay, so